My name's Kylie, 24, international age. I'm an English teacher here in Jeonju, Korea. I've been here for almost 2 years. The honest, long story is that when I was finishing school, I was about to graduate and I was applying to graduate schools and I didn't get accepted into any graduate schools, and I was applying to these jobs and they didn't call me for any interviews, and I was really upset. So I called my mom and I was like, I'm leaving America. America hates me. I'm just gonna go. And she said, okay, go. So I was like, okay, well now I have to go somewhere. And I've never been to Asia and I always wanted to go. And Korea is a really great deal because you get an apartment here and you get paid pretty well. And then once I started saying that I was thinking about coming to Korea, everybody said that working in Korea was great. So that's why I came to Korea to teach. What do I do for fun in Korea? I go out a lot. Go out to bars and stuff like that, go out drinking. Obviously, I kind of stick out. Here, they recognize me like, that's Kylie, she's here again. I'm part of 2 language exchanges. I've met a lot of really good friends, so I hang out with them. My friends and I just started a band. I do Taekwondo. I got my black belt, so hopefully I can get my second one. It's really fun. I like to travel around Korea some, do some hiking, because Korea's got really beautiful mountains. I mean, my college had a really good hockey team, so a lot of people went to hockey games, so we did a lot of that. And sports, I think, is probably a much bigger deal at American schools. People, will go out drinking. There's a lot more house parties, I think. The drinking age is 21, so sometimes you have to go somewhere.
Isn't it too high?
It's totally too high. I think if you can serve in the military and you can smoke cigarettes, you should be able to drink when you're 18 too, but that's not the rules. And then there's the fraternity and sorority culture, which you don't really see here in Korea. About Korea. I'd say the weirdest thing that I've seen in Korea was was when my mom was visiting last summer, and I had a dinner with my friends, and then we went to a bar that has a patio, and we were sitting there talking, and we saw this group of Korean guys that were probably like last year in high school or first year in college, young. And it was obviously their friend's birthday because they had been singing happy birthday, and then they taped him to a pole, and then they set the tape on fire, and I thought this kid was gonna die. I was like, what is happening? And my friends went down and they took selfies with the guy taped to the pole. I was like, what is going on? So that was really bizarre. My favorite Korean food, I like a lot of Korean food, my favorite is probably samgyeopsal. It's so good. So good. Just so much meat. And Hanu beef, if I can get it, it's so good. My least favorite Korean food, I don't like tteokbokki because it's too spicy. I don't know what it is in Korean, but in English it's sea squirts. But I ate one of those my first day and it's disgusting. I hate it. It wasn't spicy, it was just it had a really bad taste, and when you bite it, it pops and squirts stuff in your mouth. I think the biggest thing is eating with chopsticks, and if you're eating a soup and then slurping, like that. And doing that in America would be so rude. People would think that that is really gross. I mean, it's hard to do if you're not do that if you're eating with chopsticks. I think it's it's a good thing. It shows that you like it. It's delicious. That's one thing. And yeah, using chopsticks all the time. I actually don't have any forks in my house, so only chopsticks.
Anything about Korea?
I like Korea a lot. Obviously, that's why I've been here for 2 years, and I'm going to stay another year. Korea is great because Korea is convenient. So there's buses all over the city. There's buses to any other city. It's really easy to be able to get anywhere. Food's pretty fast and cheap. Korea is so efficient with almost everything. You get your alien registration card right away. You get things set up right away. It's very fast. Korean people are usually really nice to me. When I was walking here, these 2 ajushis were sitting outside and they're like, hello! Hi! People will yell hello to me in E-Mart all the time, high school kids, and then run away and giggle. And then you get the stares sometimes, but usually curious, why are you here? Teacher, do you know kimchi? Of course I know what kimchi is. I've been here for 2 years. Teacher, 안녕 하세요. I'm yeah, I can say hello too. Wow, teacher, so smart. I think the biggest difference I noticed when I first got here is that older people, you see them going around the cities much more often. Like obviously there's the ajumas and the halmonis that are selling food and stuff like that, but you don't see many old people going out as much in America. Like couples outfits is not really a thing in America, and it's such a big thing here. Like matching shirts, matching pants, matching shoes, the whole thing. I was shocked when I saw it for the first time. I thought they were like brother and sister, and then my friend's like, no, that's a couple. Like they do a couple things. What? Korean kids work way harder at school than American kids did, and I feel kind of bad with the middle school students. They're like, teacher, how much did you study in middle school? I'm like, I didn't study. Because middle school in America is pretty easy. We don't work as hard as you guys do. Hagwon culture isn't really a thing in America. There are some after-school things, but it's usually if somebody has trouble in a subject, not so much improve in a subject. I did private lessons for like extracurricular things, like music. I took music lessons. I took ice skating lessons. I did soccer. You know, the most popular sport probably to watch is football or baseball. American football, obviously, not soccer.
Have you ever dated with a Korean guy?
I have not. I went on one blind date since I've been here that my Korean tutor, she set me up on a date with this one guy, and I was so nervous. Like I was shaking before I went, and it was fine. Nothing really exciting. Like the guy didn't speak very much English, and I tried to speak some Korean, but you know, he was nice enough, but he just, you know, we didn't have much to talk about, so he bought me dinner and then he dropped me off at my house, and then that was like half an hour and we were done. Not that I wouldn't date a Korean guy, but it just hasn't happened. I didn't really know much about Korea. I only knew one Korean person who was my professor. He told us, yeah, in Korea, in college, you drink and smoke a lot. And that was like all he said, so I didn't. Stereotypes about America. My kids are full of them. You eat McDonald's every day and everyone is fat. I'm like, no, we don't eat McDonald's every day. We're not all fat. Do you think I'm fat? You couldn't go outside of your house after 7 p.m. or you'd get shot in America. And he's like, America, all bad men. I'm like, no, like there's good and bad people everywhere. America's got some good people, but yeah, there's some bad people. It's like, no, all bad. You leave your home, you die. Like, where do you think I came from? People ask me if my father has a gun or how many guns my father has. He doesn't have any guns. And people assume that New York, like all New Yorkers are rich, which isn't true. Everybody's really trendy and really fashionable in New York. And obviously there are a lot of trendy and fashionable people, but there's a lot of people that don't care in New York and just wear anything.
All the American girls have big boobs.
Not true. I mean, some girls definitely do, and sometimes it's hard for people with big boobs to find bras in Korea, but not all American girls have big boobs. I want to tell my friends that at home because they would think it was funny because they don't have big boobs.
K-pop star.
K-pop star? G-Dragon. He's the background on my phone. I just love him so much. One of the middle school students from this past camp saw that he was my phone background. She's like, who's this? It's like, my boyfriend, G-Dragon. So now when she sees me, she just goes, hi, G-Dragon's girlfriend. I'm like, hi, how are you today? The most handsome Korean celebrity? I think Top is the most handsome. Kim Soo-hyun is really handsome. Korean men are just really handsome. Most beautiful, I think so many Korean girls are really beautiful. Sun Ji-yeon from Gyeokgudae is really beautiful, I think. My favorite Korean expression is like jinx in English, chichipong. I think it's really cute.
Things like that.
Yeah, I thought being very pale was surprising to me because in America everybody wants to be tan, so there's fake tanners and tanning salons, and then in Korea it's like, let's be white, let's all be really pale. Like foreigners don't really understand. Like a lot of people tell me like, oh, you have a small face. I'm like, what does that mean? Especially when I first got here. I don't think, like head side just doesn't particularly matter in America. Like nobody comments on how big or small your face is. I think usually lighter eyes are seen as like more beautiful, like a blue or a green, but you know, that can change. Like having a very curvy body, like an S-line kind of thing is really, that's kind of trendy in America. I don't Like if somebody wants to get plastic surgery and they're an adult, that's, you know, their decision. They're not really hurting anybody and it's none of my business. But I worry, like some of my middle school students have gotten like the eyelid surgery, and I just worry that, you know, they're so young and they're still growing up, so their face might change. So they might want to just wait until they're older to do that. You know, if they want to do it, that's fine. But I think like you probably shouldn't do it if you're too young. Yeah. I think there's a big difference in the like. American fashion is a lot more like showing your cleavage and like having lower cut shirts, but like longer shorts and dresses. Like I was pretty shocked at how short some skirts and dresses are in Korea. And I think it's just because it's acceptable to show your legs more than show your chest here, but in America it's the reverse. Makeup's like, you can get really good makeup in Korea for really cheap. And there's like so many different face and skincare products. It's kind of overwhelming. There's so many. It's hard to find ones that match my skin tone exactly because I don't want my face to be any whiter than it is. So it took a long time for me to find makeup that was the same tone as my skin. This most, I think once you've been away from home for a while, like obviously you miss your friends and your family. That's kind of always constant, but now it's like little things that I miss the most. When I would be home in America and be home for a holiday and everybody's home, and it's when I first wake up, my bedroom's downstairs and I can hear everybody upstairs, and just knowing that they're all upstairs and the family's all together. I miss that feeling of like lying in bed and thinking. 안녕하세요. 저는 카일리입니다. 한국어로 말하기 너무 어려워.
Thank you.